Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Skills Talk Series. I'm your host, Jamie Black, also go by Hummingbird. I am popping on here because I just wanted to commit to sharing a little bit about what it means to be a behavior support worker. And I want to let you know that we have a number of resources available to dive much deeper into this topic. So I'm just going to share my story from personal experience. And forgive me, but I have this on my lap, and when I talk when it's on my lap, it moves. Sorry about that. Okay. So when we think of the big picture of being a behavior support worker, um, a lot of us directly connect that to MCFD or um, Island Health or working in some kind of supported community. But I came from a very different background. So I am I have been running Wildcraft Play for 20 years. And when I first started doing this work, it came from an invitation of a mentor of mine who said, I have a group of youth that I'm working with, and I really need somebody to come and create fun for them. So I became what was known as the fun facilitator for a group of youth at risk who had who lived in the Tri-Cities of Vancouver. And because I had a big background in outdoor skills, um, yet they didn't have the budget to do kayaking or anything bigger with these youth, I had to get creative. And so these youth happened to be my age and older. So I was 20, let me see, I think I was 23. No, I was 21 when I started doing this work. And these folks were ages 15 to 30. And it was an interesting journey to be a behavior support worker being the same age as these people. And I think the leader knew that, but I think they also saw that I had something to offer, and they experimented with me, I guess. So I took them out into a local field, and I invented a game in the moment. I called it FUBU ball. They really wanted to play football, but they didn't know all the rules. And some of them felt excluded. And I thought, okay, well, how do I take this game and make it inclusive? And all I said was everyone on each team has to touch the ball before it makes it to the end zone. And so if you have somebody who doesn't catch very well, get closer to them. If you have somebody who can run real fast, use that to your advantage. So starting to notice the dynamics of what was happening with that group of people gave me this agency to give them a little bit of coaching and direction for them to take this game and make it more accessible. And what I found in that moment was I had a way to support these people in a way that was fun, it was outside, and they were learning skills, but they didn't even really know they were learning skills. It was all play. And at the time, I didn't know what play-based education was. I just knew that it was more fun to play than to talk about the theory of joy and the theory of play. And so that progressed to me being headhunted to the Sunshine Coast, where we created a program from scratch for youth at risk. And it was a big, hard go. It was these were youth who were really hard knock. They had, they were homeless. They were coming off the streets. They were coming out of juvie. Like it was Yeah, it was really not easy to do that work. I was their drill sergeant, I was their teacher, I was their educator, and I was also their boss. And if at some point they just were being too harsh with me, I would send them home. And they got paid to be there. So if they got sent home, they didn't get paid that day. So it was hard. It was really hard. And I was right in the middle of their age range. Like it was such an interesting journey for me. Probably the biggest psychology training I could have ever asked for. And what I decided at that time was that I wanted to work with younger children to prevent them from having that kind of life. I believe that play and nature connection and unorganized, unfacilitated adventure is one of the best ways to instill agency and autonomy and good decision making in young people, coming alongside them instead of dictating what they're going to do. That journey progressed into this world of me creating Wildcraft Play. So, Wildcraft Play came from a moment where I was working at the Boys and Girls Club and I said to these kids, who wants to go play outside? And they, most of the kids were like, oh, I just want to play on my DS. I don't want to go outside. I want to play on my DS. And I sucked it up and I was like, okay, show me what you want to play on your DS. What makes it so exciting? And one of the kids said, well, I get to explore in nature. I tell this story a lot, and it's because I had to swallow my pride in that moment and really like create curiosity with them. And it was beautiful for me to let go of my expectation of what I think kids want and really hear them. But it lit a fire under me because I was like, okay, children would prefer to play video games than go outside. What is that about? I don't understand. I grew up outside. Like I don't know what this is. But I also don't want to judge it. I want to hold space for it. So when I created the very first Wildcraft Play game, it was a summer camp in Arrington and Coombs area. I did two of the, oh no, it was a spring break camp. I did one in Arrington and one in Coombs. And there was a grant that we got for it. And I enlisted a uh, karate teacher to help me run it. And we had two teachers and one youth and myself. And we created this world. And it went off at 110% success. Like it was so much fun. And I learned a lot. For example, don't let kids run around with sticks because when they come around a corner, that stick is in front of them and they might impale another child. These things we learn. Um, but I also learned, and I've been watching this trend of children's social skills decreasing. And the amount of children who have ADHD and autism, and that is actually increasing. And there's a demand, there's a real need for behavior support people who feel confident. And my preference is that they feel confident outside. And so when a program is run indoors and it's licensed, like the Boys and Girls Club is, there's a whole journey of paperwork and um, administration and planning and all of this kind of stuff that is doable and can work with indoor spaces. And then when it's an outdoor program, there isn't licensing because there's no building to license, but there's still a lot of aspects to making this world happen. So I believe that we need more behavior support workers who are ready to play outside, who have all the outdoor gear, who have their first aid kit, who have waterproof gear, who feel comfortable outside and know the landscape. They know the risks, they know the hazards, they know what to do. There's a strategy in place. There's communication, there's internal communication, there's external communication, all of the things that it takes to facilitate life skills for young people and development and growth through play, through outdoor activities. It's just, I feel that it's required. So I'm going to invite you, if you're watching this and you are interested in being a behavior support worker, but you have no idea where to start and you don't necessarily know what to do or where to go, reach out to us, because I'd be happy to refer you to training programs that offer behavior support training. A lot of colleges offer behavior support training. It's not for the faint of heart, and it doesn't pay well, which is a big thing for me, that I believe that that kind of job, that kind of responsibility needs to pay well. And my hope is that this community here can offer guidance and support freely so that you can, or at a low cost, so that you can feel like you know what you're doing and you're able to do what you're doing. In the world of being an entrepreneur and doing this on your own, it's a whole nother ballgame. It's like working in a silo sometimes, and I fully understand that. But it, the trick is to find your niche and to allow yourself to be a behavior support worker in a way that fills your cup, pays the bills, and if it doesn't, then have it be a part of your lifestyle where the rest can pay the bills, and then the behavior support work is what fills your cup. There's so much need out there for good quality, kind, able support. So this group is intended to support behavior support workers, people who work with children and youth who just need some guidance and some a confidential place to share what's going on for you. And my hope is to have more and more resources on this page, as well as, if you have anything that you prefer we talk about, let us know. And we will be hosting a Zoom call that's private on here that won't be recorded, so that folks can have a confidential space to share issues of what's going on and allow you to hear other people's stories and maybe receive some guidance around strategies of how to solve that situation. We have lots of them. I have lots of them. We all have things that we need support. And if we can't solve it for you, if you haven't, received the support that you need, we'll find it. We'll find other professionals in the field and bring them in and get some guidance from them too. So that's all the time I have for today, but I just wanted to reach out and extend an invitation for you to engage and feel supported here, and feel free to make any requests about particular topics that you would like shared in these Heart Skills Talk series, or even just in a private group. So my name is Jamie Black. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.